Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. The sun is out today, so naturally I feel like life is worth living again. And honestly, my mental health is starting to balance out and I've been starting to feel a lot better, more grounded, more hopeful, which I'm like so fucking appreciative for. When I feel like shit, I just feel like very gloomy, and because I have BPD, I think in black and white. So when I'm in the hardships, I only think my life is going to be hard, and then when I'm in the good, I'm like, life could never be bad. So it's a really challenging way to live and a very challenging brain to have. If you haven't listened to my BPD episode, listen to it. And if you have BPD, I'm very sorry, and I'm sending you so much love. Also, how fun is this shirt? I love it. I feel like I look sportier and gayer by the day. Only gay people can say that. I wanted to talk actually about being gay today because my first episode that I dropped for this season was I Think I'm Gay. And at the time, that title felt safer for me than actually saying, I'm gay, by the way. And it's so interesting reflecting back on like my journey of coming out and coming out later in life and just all of the emotions and confusion that came with that. And if you haven't listened to that episode, I would urge you to listen to it first and then play this one. But yeah, it's the very first episode of season 3. I think I'm gay. Can confirm am gay for sure. I know you guys were wanting a follow-up, but here it is, ready to deliver. And honestly, 2025 was fucking nuts. It was so much self-discovery, so much healing, so much trauma resurfacing. And I just really can't believe that all happened in 1 year, honestly. And honestly, just coming out at a later age was kind of mindfucky. But I think I've been able to show myself grace and kind of like dig into what was going on. I think, for one, we live in a very heteronormative society, right? So every Disney movie ever in the history of all time is hetero, and like every representation we see is hetero. So there's not a ton of representation for queer people, one. And two, because I had came out as bisexual at like 17 or 18, I never really reflected if I was like more gay. I was just like, no, women are stunning, of course. Have you seen them? That's like a given. Who isn't bi? That's crazy. I actually like couldn't believe that some women are straight. I'm like, how the fuck? But like, you know, do you, but like, how the fuck? And so I typically only dated men. I really was never serious with women. I'd hooked up with women, of course, but I had never gotten invested romantically. And always said, like, I picture my life with a man. I could never see myself dating a woman, etc. Which crazy now that I know. But yeah, that was really interesting because I felt like with dating men, there was always a really big misalignment. And I just figured it was because either I was toxic or I was choosing toxic partners or both. And it just wasn't aligned for that reason. And coming out was cool because I got a lot of really sweet messages on the internet, which was very, very incredible because I feel like people were opening up and sharing their stories, which were unique to each person. And this one girl messaged me and said like, oh, I met you at a bar like 10 years ago and I could have told you that you were a lesbian then. And I'm like, girl, why didn't you? You'd have saved me a lot of time and trauma. It's fine. All right, guys, that was just a taste. The full episode, the raw, unfiltered version, is waiting for you on Patreon. This season is different. I'm talking sex parties, heartbreak, identity shifts, imposter syndrome, the shit I've never said out loud. No edits, no filters, no fluff. If you're ready to hear the full story, you know where to find me. Link is in the show notes, and I'll see you on the inside.